Turn the radio off right now and listen to The Chris Miles Show.
Keeping you informed about the latest and greatest trends and current events in today's society. It's where you go to stay in the know. It's the Chris Miles Show, live from Atlanta, Georgia.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show.
What's going on, people? Hope all is well. We have a real interesting show for you this evening. As many of you may know, TikTok was recently banned last week. I'm sure a lot of people out there that are tuning in to the Chris Miles Show may have TikTok accounts. Well, in the process of everything, bear with me for a second. In the process of everything, we found out some real interesting information. Why the ban is, why Congress signed off on the ban. We are going to bring that information out today. And we just want everybody to, stay in for the ride. It's really sad that things have gotten to a point where the people that's supposed to be in Congress working for us are actually working against us. So we're going to do our very best this evening to bring out who's behind the TikTok ban. What's really scary about all of that is that this could have an effect on other social media conglomerates. That's what's sad. That's what's scary. But when you find out this evening who's actually behind the ban, you're going to be upset equally as we are. Me and Mr. Producer worked tirelessly all this weekend uncovering content for this program today, as well as reading up on information. But the information that's going to come out, you will not be surprised at it, because it's the people that's behind all of the bad shit that's moving today. Let me just say this. If you are on social media, you can find us at symbol on TikTok at symbol I'm Chris Miles, Facebook at symbol I'm Chris Miles. You can also find us on Snapchat, Instagram at symbol I'm Chris Miles, and Twitter, or X, formerly Twitter, at symbol I'm Chris Miles. Mr. Producer.
Yes, sir.
How you doing this evening?
I'm doing fantabulous.
Awesome. You and I worked tirelessly to come up with videos and content for the show today.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just say this, people. A lot of the videos that we will be providing you today will be mostly TikTok videos. But the content of these videos the evidence is just overwhelming. I mean, it's just it's really sad to know and to see what is going on out there, and to realize the reason Congress voted to ban TikTok or to make TikTok divest. So once again, we want to welcome the everybody out there that's actually watching the show this evening, and just kick back for the ride, get the information, and hopefully do some good things with it. Mr. Producer.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with you, man?
Oh, not much, man. Just enjoy my Sunday, man.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you found out this information, what was your thought process on it?
Well,
I mean, were you surprised or what?
Surprised. I can't say I was surprised because, if you watch the news or be on social media, you've heard the government, Congress, you've heard people talk about it.
Right.
But like you said, the first thing I thought about is what are they trying to hide? The first thing you think when government, try to ban something, what are you trying to hide? Who are you trying to silence?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I think you have the first video. So the first video that you have, Mr. Producer, I need for you to bring that out. Bring that information out. I was looking for my cable, my computer cable. I have it. So I need for you to.
I sent you sent the video?
Yes, sir, I did.
Where you sent it to?
It's where I always send them to. You say you had gotten it early, but if not, then I will. You don't have it. No problem.
Oh my God, I just found out who started the whole.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, people bear with us. Mr. Producer, it's coming to you. So people, I don't think that this thing is going to be as smooth as a lot of people are thinking it's going to be. This is crazy now. It's
Well, I mean, I got a kind of a question. So, the fact that they say that they trying to ban an app.
Okay, did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's run that one first. But before you do, what's your question?
So I'm saying they trying to ban an app. So what are they gonna put in place? Like, where you, how can they stop a person from download? Said application.
What do you mean?
You know what I'm saying? They trying to ban it. So, I'm saying? It is billions of people in America.
It's over 150 million people.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And they have businesses on TikTok.
So I'm saying, how, for them to, shut an app down like that, that's generating people, some people making money. A lot of people making money off of it. I don't know. Like, how do they do that?
Well, first of all, it's...
How can they police it is what I'm trying to...
Well, it's not so much about the policing aspect of it, Mr. Producer. What it is, it's about the controlling the narrative. There has been information that has come out that's been detrimental to government. Now, what most people don't realize and understand about that of the United States is the United States is not a country. It's a corporation.
Yeah, it's sure run like a business. You can't.
And the thing is what has become out there, like the stuff about banking, the stuff about how the banking industry worked, how we were tricked into getting rid of our gold, and they put everybody on a fiat currency, which is paper. They put us on a fiat currency where they could manipulate the system. This is the information that is out there on that of TikTok. And you know yourself, we've done 2 shows that were streamed through Facebook, and the shows that we did that were streamed through Facebook, Mr. Producer, those shows mysteriously that one of them said that we were promoting nudity and violence.
Wow.
And if in the feed on those shows were completely cut.
Right.
That was one. And then we came back on another one, they cut the feed.
Yeah, I ain't see you butt naked in the feed, not now.
Exactly.
I don't know what they
So the thing is, and this is the other thing before you run that video.
Yeah.
For everybody out there watching the Chris Miles show this evening, everybody remember that of Super Tuesday, right? You remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember.
We went to the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. That particular day on Super Tuesday, the Facebook, all the other social media conglomerates crashed. They went down.
Everything.
Right?
Right.
Went to check something. It didn't work. Then it was sent over. I asked you, you say, damn, mine ain't working either.
Yeah, I was like, man, they logged me out. Like,
right.
They logged me
sure
out.
Did.
What I
you
did.
said that. Right. You said they logged you out. We asked other people in the gym that had Facebook, Instagram. They said their content wasn't working either.
Right.
We went over there to TikTok. TikTok worked fine.
TikTok running strong.
So all of a sudden, we have Super Tuesday, the most important day out here in America.
Right.
And social media just collapsed. Everything goes down. Everything collapsed. But TikTok did not. Come on with that video, Mr. Producer.
All right.
Oh my God, I just found out who started the whole banning TikTok movement. Let me break it down to you. There's a person called Mike Gallagher. He's a Republican representative of Wisconsin. He's the one who started the momentum. Now you ask yourself, like I asked myself, why? Why would he want to do something like that, right? Well, I did my research. Mike Gallagher has received funds from a group called the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee. Their nickname is AIPAC. They're lobbyists with big money, a big war chest. They reached out to him. They, as of right now, it's public record. They have donated $44,000 some dollars to him. But here's the thing: you ask yourself, why does Israel giving him money? What is he going to do for him? Well, he's the one who pushed that momentum to get it where it's at right now. Now you ask yourself, why does AIPAC want to invest kind of money into banning TikTok? Well, Israel is a type of government that doesn't like certain news to get out, right? As you know, TikTok is the biggest platform. For 5-6 months now, the whole conflict in Gaza, between Gaza and Israel, soldiers, everybody like me and you have cameras. We're news outlets. There's nothing that could be hidden. They're not used to that. So their image is becoming known all over the world what kind of is. So they're doing their best. Obviously, TikTok cannot get banned, but it could be sold. So, they're lobbyists. They're looking for their best interest. So they're going to invest a lot of money into buying this platform. And you ask yourself why. So freedom to create on social media, specifically TikTok, they control what's going to be shown to the world. That's the reason why they spend so much money. And there's probably more and more people, not just Mike Gallagher. You know how AIPAC is a lobbyist. It's a war chest. They feed off of vulnerable people now, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Mr. Producer.
Wow.
So, people, everybody out there that's watching the Chris Miles show, the cat is officially out of the bag.
So we supposed to be the land of the free, freedom of speech, and they trying to control what you can put out there.
So let me finish. Yeah,
wow.
Exactly. So people, this is what I want everybody out there to know. The people that's behind the TikTok ban are the same people who control media, the same people who control print, the same people who control the court system, the same people who control Hollywood, radio, music, and everything else. It's the so-called Jewish people. These are the people behind the TikTok ban. There's a lobbying group out there called APEC. This is what they don't want you all to know. And this is why the Chris Miles Show is so vitally important.
Come on now.
This is why we're so vitally important. We went out and we did the research and found out who was behind this fuck shit that you all see going on. Okay? It's the same fucking people that's over there bombing the shit out of the Palestinians. And that's really what this shit stems around.
Right.
And not only that, people, I want you all to understand something about all of this that's going on. These people are upset because the young people from the age of 14 and maybe younger coming on up into the 40s are not buying the bullshit that has been put out there of the innocence of these people. They're not buying into this quagmire of disinformation that has been put out there as facts. That is the whole point of what you all see moving forward. Now, Mr. Producer, I'm going to send you the president of ByteDance. Okay?
Yeah.
This here, people, the video that Mr. Producer will bring up here momentarily is the president of ByteDance. Now, this is what everybody needs to understand. ByteDance have said that they're not selling it.
Them the Chinese people. Ain't?
Yeah. And
why would they though? You know.
Well, because the Jewish lobbyists, the so-called Jews, want control of TikTok.
Right.
And you know this. Let me tell you did it come over?
Not yet.
It's funny how this shit all of a sudden is dragging today. Got it?
I'll let you know if it comes.
But it's funny how.
Got it.
Okay. It's funny how they want to control the narrative. And this is what they need to understand. People have had enough of this shit, Mr. Producer.
And that's kind of clear cut that all our freedoms being stripped away.
Right.
I mean, if you got freedom of speech. Ain't nobody hurt nobody. You making content about, you know what I'm saying, some facts. I mean, you putting out some information that you can't really get nowhere else. You try to put something like that out on Facebook.
So exactly. So let's take. Can you give me an image of Sean King, Mr. Producer?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. People, I want to talk about. Everybody out here know about the civil rights person, Sean King. All right. Sean King was instrumental in that of Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin. Whom else? He's been instrumental with cases, Mr. Producer.
I mean, he. What's your man's name? I don't know. He been in
a lot of stuff. Y'all can look him up. Sean King. Okay, he went to school at Morehouse. But Sean King has been very instrumental in a lot of civil rights issue. When I contacted him, tried to get him involved with some shit, what he told me was producer.
Shit wasn't big enough.
Okay, right.
It wasn't major enough.
It wasn't major enough. But anyway, Sean King had been a balance on that Instagram.
Right.
He went from, I think 107. He's right at 200,000 followers. In about 2 months, he went to right at 7 million followers on that Instagram. Sean King was putting out so much information that was a balance because remember, after October the 7th, you had CNN, Fox News, all of these other news conglomerates was running one-sided issues of that being everything was Israel was the victim. And they're not the victim. They're actually the aggressor. Be that as the reason I say they are the aggressor is for the fact that for 75 years, they have slaughtered the Palestinians, taken their land, moved the people out of their homes, raped the women. They have done so many bad atrocities to the Palestinians, and then they run to CNN and the other news conglomerates that they control. And CNN put this bullshit out there. Oh, well, everybody is targeting Israel, when in fact it's been the opposite. And this is why when you all go into, and we're gonna reference scripture tonight several times over. When you go into Revelation 2 and 9, Revelation 3, and matter of fact, I'm not gonna paraphrase, I'm gonna read it.
You about to go to church.
You understand? And this is why people have to understand the Bible is a book, it's literal. I'm going to read this the scripture. This is Revelation 2 and 9. And it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. Now the Most High is talking about a specific group of people in the earth. I want y'all to think about that. He say, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. Now this is from a book, the Bible, that is roughly 3,000 years old.
I want to know who he was talking about.
He's talking about the people in you know what we talking about. Now he say, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. Who's in poverty, Mr. Producer?
Shit, black people.
Exactly. Tribulations, black people. He understands and knows our works, meaning what we have contributed, our contribution. But he say, thou art rich. Why? Because we have the promise. And he say, I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. Now, why did the Most High call them the synagogues of Satan? It's self-explanatory. What they trying to do now? They're trying to shut down TikTok. They're trying to shut down the message. And this is what people have to understand. All of the things that you see going on today, this is God's work. This is God's work. This is not something that they're going to be able to shut down. They can try, but their time and leadership in the earth is up. That's what we're dealing with.
Come on now.
This guy that's on the screen now, Sean King, had amassed between about 7 million followers that on TikTok, because he was showing a balance of the things that was going on out there.
Right.
Mark Zuckerberg, who is the synagogues of Satan, And got with all these other people out there, APEC, Jonathan Greenblatt, who's of the ADL, they got him off of social media. They thought they was going to stop what he's doing. He's still carrying out his work. He's still facilitating what he needs to facilitate for the Palestinians.
So because he posted certain footage,
He was posting the atrocities.
he was posting certain things,
Right.
So they decided to remove him
Right.
from. So he was making, he had a big following, so he was making money. He was probably doing pretty good for himself. So they shut
Listen.
out. If that's how he was making his living, they
Sean
would
King,
have
right.
destroyed him.
Listen, Sean King, after the fact that they kicked him off of Meta platforms, right?
Right.
I follow him on another page. Sean King, they had a situation. They raised, Mr. Producer, $400,000 in 2 days.
Wow.
In 2 days. After he got completely off of Meta's platform. And I think they were $200,000 over budget, over what they were looking to raise.
Hey.
In 2 days. So the point is, what I'm saying to you, Mr. Producer, is, listen, man, these folks out here need to understand that you cannot stop or shut down what is righteous.
Right.
That's the whole point. And people, the younger people today are not the older people. They ain't buying into the bullshit.
They ain't finna go walking every time some shit go down.
What's up, Ned? How you doing, fam? Exactly. Mr. Producer, bring that video up. Give me that video.
Hi everyone, it's Show here. Just wanted to share some thoughts with our US users about the disappointing vote in the House of Representatives. There has been a lot of misinformation, and I hope to clarify some things. First, thank you to our incredible community. You are what makes TikTok so special. Thank you for making your voices heard. Over the last few years, we have invested to keep your data safe and our platform free from outside manipulation. We have committed that we will continue to do so. This legislation, if signed into law, will lead to a ban of TikTok in the United States. Even the bill sponsors admit that that's their goal. This bill gives more power to a handful of other social media companies. It will also take billions of dollars out of the pockets of creators and small businesses. It will put more than 300,000 American jobs at risk, and it will take away your TikTok. We know how important TikTok is to all of you. It has given our 170 million users a platform to freely express themselves, and has empowered more than 7 million businesses in the United States. Our platform matters to the small business owners who rely on TikTok to make ends meet, to the teachers who inspire millions of students to learn, and to everyone who discovers and finds joy on TikTok. We will not stop fighting and advocating for you. We will continue to do all we can, including exercising our legal rights, to protect this amazing platform that we have built with you. We believe we can overcome this together. I encourage you to keep sharing your stories. Share them with your friends. Share them with your family. Share them with your senators. Protect your constitutional rights. Make your voices heard. Love you all.
So there.
So, hold on,
Go ahead.
So just kind of listening to that video, it puts me in the mindset, like he said, they trying to shut down your freedom of speech to express yourself. If they disband TikTok, I know a lot of older people, you know, here like, oh, TikTok, little kid out, yeah, blase, but if they get away with banning it, what would they come for next?
That's my point.
Right. What would they come for next? Man?
You, I, me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If they can get away with taking away your freedom of speech or expression,
Being able to express yourself, which is the First Amendment
what will come
of
next?
the Constitution.
Man.
You know, let me say something, Mr. Producer. Give me camera one. This is what I want everybody out there to understand. Okay? This is what I want you all to understand out there. We have Congress, and hear me and listen to me emphatically. Congress cannot fucking agree on anything. Like, them motherfuckers can't agree on a goddamn crime bill. They can't agree on gun control, the shit that happened down there in Uvalde. They can't agree on nothing.
Reparations,
you fucking name it. Them motherfuckers can't agree on nothing. But they agreed on this one particular thing, which was to ban TikTok.
it will be in our best interest.
They want to say that the Chinese are stealing or taking information and they're selling the information. Facebook, Snapchat, all other, even these dating apps out here. If there's anything that they need to know about you or on you, all they got to do is go on those apps, those other apps.
And that's kind of what, what we was saying the same thing. I ain't good at explaining stuff, but that's what I was saying. Facebook do it, Instagram do it.
That's what my problem came from Facebook.
Because just think about, I done been on the phone with people, just for an example. I've been on the phone while scrolling on Facebook saying, you know what, I really want to build a deck in my backyard. And probably 2 minutes later, I start getting feeds about, wood, different type of wood.
On your phone, from your phone.
That's the same. So America the same way.
Right.
They spy on you every day. They listening now.
But Mr. Producer, it's not. That's not.
No, I'm saying. I'm just saying
right.
they trying. I'm saying they making an argument about what they doing with their app, but you know what I'm saying. I'm saying America doing the exact same thing.
It ain't.
So the pot can't talk about. You know what I'm saying.
Listen, it ain't. It's not about. It's not about, Mr. Producer, the spying aspect. It's about the control mechanism of what this is. Give me my next video, and I'm gonna. You got a several in the shoot, and this is the thing, people. This you all gotta understand. In the order that they came, gotcha. You gotta understand that these people are eroding away your rights. That's the whole point. They are taking away your rights. Before you do that, I got an older friend of mine who's a diehard Democrat. All of his criticism is that about TikTok now.
Right.
You niggas y'all can't such and such, y'all watch a TikTok. I'm like, man, what the fuck is you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Come on with the video, man.
It's going to take some time before there would be any sort of ban on TikTok, because the way this would have to work is that after passage of the House, which happened today, it would need to go on to the Senate. The Senate would have to pass it. Then the president would have to sign it. And then even after that happens, the clock would then begin for a 6-month period by which TikTok would have to be divested by the Chinese parent company ByteDance. If they can't do that, then it will be banned. If they can do that, then things go on uninterrupted. We can continue to post our dancing videos on TikTok. But look, at the end of the day, the question is, okay, so if this does look like it has a path to being passed and signed into law by the president, which the president said he would do, who might buy TikTok? And we have to remember that there is precedent for this, because then President Donald Trump in 2020 tried to do the exact same thing, which was force ByteDance to divest TikTok. And when he tried to do so, there were 2 potential suitors that were named, Oracle and also Walmart. So there is potentially a market for this company to be sold. But again, how this plays out in 2024, we'll have to see.
Now, even Donald Trump, Mr. Producer, has changed his tune on it. He said he wouldn't ban TikTok because he understood that Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, then would benefit from it.
Right.
Now, the Hindu guy on there, bring that video up next. Because this is very essential what he said, because what he said, if they do, this is my move. This is what I'm gonna do.
The Hindu talking about the 7-minute long video.
Tell what?
The video that's 7 minutes long.
Is it 7 minutes?
I reckon. Let me see.
No,
I'm saying it's the one with the 8. It say ADL. I'm saying
that's
I'm
last.
doing the order one.
Okay,
you know
so
what I'm saying, the order.
Yeah. Come on with the one. It's the black and white video.
Black and white.
So
check and see. I haven't got.
So the point is, people. Well, I'm sorry, I said black and white, but it's not.
It's the one that's. Is it the one?
Hold on. Is this? Did you get that one?
Let me see. Nope. No, I haven't got that.
All right. So people, bear with us for a second. We should have had the phone lines open, but the whole point is that these things that are moving, we understand who's behind it. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Come with that one. And then you can come with the ADL one after that.
You were saying even Donald Trump changed his tune?
Donald Trump changed his tune. He said he wouldn't ban it. But Joe Biden already signed the stuff into legislation.
Yeah, it's just you got to ask yourself.
I'm sorry. Congress signed it. He said it comes to his desk. He's going to sign it. But let me say this before you do that, Mr. Producer. I think this becomes an oath of office issue for Congressman. I really do.
You think so?
I know for a fact that it does. I know for a fact that this is an oath of office issue if they do this. Because what they're doing, Mr. Producer, they're putting lobbyist groups before the people.
The people. Yeah, it's not.
And
it's not in the
that's
people.
some bullshit.
It's
man.
not in the people's best
It's not
interest.
in the interest of the people.
Right.
So you got Jewish lobbyists, AIPAC and ADL, and we're gonna show you how these people are laundering money. We're gonna show you the trail of how this shit works. They are trying to force a ban or for them to divest. Okay? And they're telling people that they're looking out for the interests of the people, yet we got idiots running up into fucking schools, killing our kids, God forbid, my kids. But we got these things going on, so you're more concerned about kids showing fucking videos, dancing, having fun, making money off the video. People have businesses on TikTok. You're more concerned with shutting TikTok down than you are setting some form of legislation up to stop a motherfucker from running into a church or school killing people. You motherfuckers can't agree on that, but you all can agree on shutting down TikTok. People, y'all don't see the fuck shit here? Y'all don't see that? Tell me I'm crazy.
And they want to say Trump trying to put us back in slavery.
Exactly. But Trump want to put us in slavery.
Look like old Slow Joe doing it.
Come on with that video, man.
When TikTok gets banned, delete all of your social media apps. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. This will send a clear message that we will not be manipulated or coerced into using their apps. The people have spoken. We have chosen TikTok for a reason. If the Senate passes this bill and Genocide Joe signs it, then TikTok will be banned. Because ByteDance is not going to sell TikTok. Because along with that sale, they have to sell their proprietary tech, i.e. the algorithm. And when was the last time the Chinese actually bowed down to the will of the West? Deleting all these social media apps will send a message to the US government that we will not allow them to continuously pass legislation that's against our interest or will. After every mass shooting in the US, we debate for weeks about gun control, but nothing ever happened because there's too much money to be made. Yet within 8 days, a week, a bill is presented to Congress, voted on, passed, and sent off to the Senate. Are you fucking for real? How stupid do these people think we are? When we got tired of Facebook and Instagram, we found TikTok, and we all used it because it's the better app. We chose it. And now that they're losing money, they can't stand it anymore, so they're pushing to get this banned. And if they're successful, then we're not going to go back to their apps. I'm not fucking going back to Facebook or Instagram. There are plenty of other apps out there. And the same way we made TikTok popular, we can make another smaller app popular as well.
So he hit the nail dead on the head. If they ban it, I am getting off all those other apps. It's a wrap. It's over with. And that's the whole point that Congress need to understand. Like he said, if they're successful and I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Producer, I don't even think they're gonna do it now. You know why? You know why?
The people speaking out.
People speaking out. People, we are putting the people out there who's behind this shit.
Right.
Which is APEC and the ADL.
So that's the deflection. So they pass a lot of bills and sneak a lot of stuff in under people's noses, and they don't speak up for it. Enough people don't speak up for it.
And that's why they mad. That's exactly right. That's
so
what
now that is becoming a major thing, and the news conglomerates are talking about
but
it.
The news, guess what? The news, not one time, Mr. Producer, this is why they want to shut TikTok down.
Right.
The news ain't telling the people that APEC is behind.
No, they ain't gonna tell.
They ain't saying nothing about it. We went out here and found the information.
Right. Who behind it?
Who's behind it? We have a list of people, congressmen, who APEC has paid. Even the nigga that they took up there in New York, Representative Jeffries.
Yeah,
they paid him $1 million some.
Man, them boys be making some money, boy. We in the
you see what I'm saying? So yeah. This is the stuff that is going on. These people are supposed to be. He up there with the Jewish interests. He ain't saying shit about reparations.
Man, not one.
How you the leader of the House, and this is the thing. Y'all can say what the fuck you want to say about Marjorie Taylor Greene. You can say what you want to say about Donald Trump, but I respect both of them. You know why? Because they are speaking out for the interests of their people. No matter how awkward Marjorie Taylor Greene is, she represents her constituency. We got niggas in Congress, they don't say shit about anything about what we need. We don't even have a fucking crime bill.
They gather them niggas in the group and say, look here, this what y'all gonna talk about. This what we want. So this what y'all gonna talk about. This what y'all gonna go to y'all churches and tell y'all people what to vote for. This what we want. They don't talk about what the people want. This what we want.
Right, exactly.
Democrats vote for the interests of white Democrats.
Liberals.
Let's just put it out there.
And then the thing is, y'all come out here talking about, oh, Donald Trump gonna put us back in slavery. He was president. He was president 4 years before Joe Biden got in there. Your ass didn't go to slavery then.
I don't remember no chain being on me.
You didn't go into slavery then.
I think I had a gold
So now
chain.
all of a sudden, you're talking about you're going back into slavery. This man is he come out and said he's not going to ban TikTok. Matter of fact, I got a video what I told you last week when Kamisha was on the show.
Yeah.
Something I told you.
Miss Everardo.
Something I told you all. I said, he said it at his last Trump rap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that over to you too. But come on with that video, or the ADL video.
All right, let me get it. I got it. Oh.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Slide it over.
If you keep up with current events, there's a good chance that you have some point come across an organization called the Anti-Defamation League. If you don't know who these people are, they are one of the worst, most corrupt, downright creepy, but also insanely powerful organizations in America. Imagine if Al Sharpton was Jewish. That's essentially the best way to describe what the ADL is. But it wasn't always that way. They were founded in 1913 in order to fight back against anti-Semitism. And in the decades that followed, they did just that while remaining essentially nonpartisan. But that all changed in 2015, when they made a guy named Jonathan Greenblatt their new CEO. Jonathan Greenblatt came straight to the ADL from the Obama administration. He was a career Democrat Party operative. And in the 8 years that he has led the ADL, he has turned them away from their original mission of taking on hatred against Jews to the disgusting organization they are now, that seeks to weaponize the definition of anti-Semitism in order to destroy the lives of innocent people. It all really went downhill starting in 2017, when the ADL published a report that claimed that there was a 57% rise in anti-Semitic incidents over the last year. But the study did not actually report on documented hate crimes where the motivation was the religion of the victim. It included just the reporting of such events. So if somebody simply reported this incident to the ADL, no matter if it was true or false, they would count it. They also included any incident that resulted in, quote, Jews perceiving themselves as being victimized due to their Jewish identity. Greenblatt at the time also blamed the rise of these incidents on Donald Trump. Most notably, a wave of bomb threats that was occurring across the country aimed at Jewish centers as well as schools. The only problem with that claim was that the person who ended up being arrested for it was a mentally disturbed Israeli teenager. When Donald Trump nominated Mike Pompeo to be Secretary of State, the ADL partnered with CARE, a radical Islamist organization, in order to smear Mike Pompeo as an Islamophobe, because he made statements saying that we should be tough on radical Islam. They also, for some reason, immediately came out and opposed the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. What did Brett Kavanaugh ever do to the Jewish people? Well, the ADL wouldn't say. Greenblatt also started making public appearances with Al Sharpton. In the 1990s, when a Hasidic Jew in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, accidentally ran over a black child with his car, Sharpton went to Brooklyn and made speeches demonizing Jews to the point where he incited actual riots against the Hasidic community. One of them resulted in the death of a 29-year-old Hasidic Jew named Yankel Rosenbaum, who was stabbed to death by a mob of black people. Sharpton...
Wow.
So,
I mean, and the crazy thing about it, you know, a lot of the older cats, you know, the older Democrats, they complain about TikTok, but all this stuff is public. You can get the information.
Right.
So
like we did.
A lot of people they not fabricating nothing.
Right.
They just putting out facts that since people don't like to read and do research,
and that's the problem.
They doing it.
That is the problem.
So it's easier for somebody to watch a video.
And you know what, Mr. Producer?
Yeah.
I got clips that I want to read, but I'm as these videos are playing, I already know that people are so quick on everything is like this here. Nobody wants to hear you read shit. Right. They want to watch things. That's the problem with the kids today. This is why TikTok is so popular.
Right.
Because everything is all of a sudden. We've forgotten what it's like to sit back, to read, to get information, and to process that information.
Right. You don't even have a bookshelf in your house. You can get your phone. You can Google a book, you know, an old book, any book that you want to read. Hit the button and the book will get read for you.
It'll read it for you.
It'll read it for you.
Right. And that is the thing, people. What you all have to these are the times that we're in today, and this is why TikTok is so. But the other part of that is TikTok does not have to be a bad thing. Like I said, you got people on there, got their businesses on there. TikTok is a search engine. Right. It is the top algorithm out there today, which is one of the other reasons that they want it. And the whole thing is...
They hate to see all that American money going through them Asian...
Do better.
Right.
It's the same... Let me tell you what this is the equivalent of, Mr. Producer. This is the equivalent of American cars versus Japanese cars. Or foreign cars. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Here it is. You can take a foreign car, and You can put 100,000 miles on there for a goddamn oil change.
Yeah, Honda. You just put
You
a
go
Honda out there.
get a goddamn Buick at 3,000 miles. You got to change the fucking oil. The engine finna lock up in it.
You got to change the goddamn radiator.
So the point is, America, you have to do better. That's the whole point. You got to make better products.
You got to do
You
better
can't
about your
go out
people.
here because you want to control the narrative, or you are going out here bombing people back to the Stone Age, and then you got CNN, Fox, MSNBC, New York Times, Chicago Times, Chicago Tribune, you got every fucking thing out there. The media, the movie industry, you got all that. You control all that shit. But guess what? What you don't control is social media. The main social media is that of TikTok. You don't control it. And you got a problem with it because people ain't watching the bullshit that's out there on your platforms no more. This is God working. All of the things that you see, God is exposing you for the criminal that you are. That's the whole point. It's in the Bible. He called you the synagogues of Satan. This ain't got a fucking thing to do with somebody being, oh, you anti-Semitic. No, I can't be. I come from Shem. So does Mr. Producer. I'm the real Jew in the earth. I come from Judah. He comes from Judah. You understand? You do not. You've lied to the world and told the world that you was niggas. And you're not. And God is exposing you for the criminal that you are. That's the whole fucking point of what you see on. The whole thing out here in society today is that God is shutting this shit down because, as he said, Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning of that which follows.
Come on,
2nd Ezra 6 and 9.
Come on now with it.
That is the whole point of what you see going on.
Y'all ain't gonna learn this in Willie Knight Church.
You understand what I'm saying?
Come on.
This is the whole point. And that's another thing. If these preachers out here was teaching the facts of the matter of what I'm talking about, if they was teaching this stuff, then a lot of the crime and shit that's in our communities wouldn't be.
Our people be a lot better grounded.
You understand? We wouldn't have so many single black mothers out there in society today. But all this shit is by design. It's designed by the same goddamn people who want to control TikTok. Come on with that next video, Mr. Producer.
Gosh.
Hello, Miss Gully.
Hello, Miss Gully.
How you doing, sis?
This app is so much more than just an app for dumb TikTok dances. So when I hear these elected officials literally mock and make fun of TikTok and its creators, I'm disgusted.
The message that I really want to get home to the American government and everybody that is trying to pass this bill is you will be destroying small businesses like us. This is our livelihood. If you pass this bill, you will be destroying the American dream that we really believe in.
Man, they don't give a fuck.
But that's what I was going to tell you. They don't care about that. You know what they're going to say? Oh, well, we did it for we was concerned about security right.
Of the
so
country.
What you do? Listen, we've talked to Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg say, well, he's going, man, fuck that, fuck that. Nobody's finna do that. That's the point. Give me my next video, Mr. Producer.
Yes, Jeff Jackson did receive money from AIPAC, which stands for the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. And yes, that is exactly what it sounds like. Or Jeff got $8,000. Yes, it makes total sense that Jeff voted yes on the TikTok bill today. And so it also makes sense that he voted yes on House Resolution 894 back in December, which clearly and firmly states that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. Jeff Jackson getting money from AIPAC is not an abnormality. Rather, it's a normality on Capitol Hill. This is all Googleable information. AIPAC donated to and endorsed 365 members and candidates for Congress in 2022. They opened their purse and gave more than $17.5 million directly to our political candidates. $10.8 million to pro-Israel Democratic candidates and $6.6 million to pro-Israel Republican candidates. Includes the full Democratic and Republican House leadership teams, Congressional Black Caucus, the Hispanic Caucus, and the Republican Study Committee, as well as the Progressive Caucus. I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. Our politicians are bought.
There you go. Should I say wow?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm saying all this stuff is public record if you just research it. So these people are not fabricating anything.
Come on now.
So, of course, I mean, man, come on, man.
So, listen, people. This is what y'all got to understand. The people behind the TikTok ban is the Jewish lobbyists. Now, let me show you how these Jewish lobbyists, how this money is laundered through Israel. Let me break this down for you. So, the United States government sends billions on top of billions, 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 on top of billions to Israel. Okay? So we got all these billions that have been sent to Israel. Okay? Now, the Israeli government, the welfare state of Israel, sends that money back through AIPAC. Follow me now.
I'm following. I'm walking with you.
Once again, let me reiterate what I just said. The United States sends the money to Israel. Israel get enough money for us. Education is free. Food is free. Food stamp. All of the shit that they tell they got a problem with folks over here asking for, all that shit over there is free. Okay? It's a fucking welfare state, people. All the families over there got AR-15s, Desert Eagles. They got all this shit to protect themselves over there. But they tell you, you got to go in there and you got to do A, B, and C to get gun rights to carry a gun. This is the shit that's going on. But let me go and work this thing for you.
Come on now.
So they send this money over there to Israel, to the Israeli government. Then you got these Jewish lobbyist group, which is ADL, AIPAC, and there's another one. Name eludes me at this point. So they funnel the money back to the lobbyists. And the lobbyists send the money back to Congress to buy Congress members.
Full circle.
So the money goes in to the welfare state of Israel. They send the money to their Jewish lobbyists, and the Jewish lobbyists buys the Congress members. And this is the shit that's going on. This is why they have a thing about shutting down TikTok. It's public record. It's out on TikTok. This is the stuff that has been going on. This is what's going on. And this is why these people that are in Congress are not concerned about the welfare of we the people. And this is why it's an oath of office issue. Because there is no reason why we do not, we shouldn't have a goddamn border wall out there, what Trump asked for, to keep these people from coming in. With all the money that has been sent over there, you can have a goddamn border from Florida to California for the money that Israel get. How do we know this? Gaza has a goddamn wall around it, Mr. Producer.
It does.
From one end, from the south end to the north end. How did that happen?
American tax dollars.
How is AIPAC able to send this money back to the Congress members?
Hefty donations.
So here it is. You got Netanyahu, who's bombing the shit out of the Palestinians over there in Rafah now. These people are out there living in fucking tents, no food. I got videos where kids have literally starved to death. I got the videos. And they're fucking mad because people are putting information out showing support for the Palestinians. And this is the biggest thing. Let me say this. Let me say this, Mr. Producer. They want everybody out here. Hey, Miguel, Anthony, Ned, thanks for tuning into the Chris Miles Show. But this is the thing. If these people were truly God's people, why are you bombing the shit out of other people? Why are you causing so much death if you are truly God's people? If you go out here, you got these misleading nigger preachers out here. I said, oh, Christ Jesus is about love.
He loves everybody.
He's about love.
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Exactly.
Swallowed.
So all of this stuff that they tell us that we should be about, love. Why they ain't showing the Palestinians?
They ain't showing no goddamn love. Them they neighbors.
Huh?
Them they neighbors.
How is it since 47 that you have accumulated all this land? You up here talking about Hamas. You created Hamas. We have no love for Hamas. Because the problem I got with them, how in the fuck Hamas is out here? What's up, Yori? How are they out here seeing their people starving and whatever the fuck they got that belongs to the Israeli, they haven't given it back? How goddamn insensitive can you be? But then the flip side of this coin is you all have been doing this shit since 1947. DNA test is illegal in Israel. Did you know that?
Yeah. You taught us that a couple weeks ago.
Why are DNA tests illegal there? What are you hiding?
They can trace back where they actually from, who they are.
Huh? What is that about?
What is that about?
But you know, this is the thing. When you go into the Bible, you go into the actual scriptures, and you start to bring this stuff out. You understand? You anti-Semitic. Well, I guess God is anti-Semitic then, ain't he, Mr. Producer?
Man, come on now.
Huh?
How are they God's people when they don't believe in God?
Yeah. I ran into a guy in Cascade back here a month ago, was Jewish guy. Had on a yarmulke and all that. I engaged him. He told me he believed in God. Wow. And you know I tore into his ass too, Mr. Producer.
I'm talking about get the benefit for everything. Y'all don't even believe in it.
Yeah, I had some questions he couldn't even answer. Yeah. Had on, guess what he had on, Mr. Producer?
What he had on?
Oh, this is the Star of David. No, it's not. Dumb. It's the Magun
Dawada.
Dawada. Dummy. That's what you got on. And the symbol, as they call it, the 6-pointed star, is David's name in Hebrew, which is Dawada. They don't even know what's going on, Mr. Producer.
Come on out with it.
I just look like this, people. This is the point.
Scholar.
The point is, the lies that have been told has been exposed. And not only are they exposed, I do too, Yari. Thanks, love. Not only are they exposed, TikTok has been a format for people to put the truth out there. And for them, it's problematic. And we've come to find out that APAC and ADL is behind the bullshit. You got another one you want to bring up, Mr. Producer?
Nah, those are the ones you sent me.
Okay.
Unless you got
well,
another.
I got some more. Now, this is the other thing. Now, this is the guy I'm talking about, Mr. Producer. I'm going to come around to everybody. I want to thank everybody that's in the chat for tuning in to the show. We're having fun.
I read a little bit. Somebody, well, we got one comment on YouTube. Thank you. What do you say? I'm sorry. He said Hard Rock Truth. He might end up deleted somewhere in a few weeks.
Come on, me.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. It's whatever with me. It's whatever with me. You know, this is the point, people. The point is, when the Most High put a spirit on you, when he put that spirit on you, you have to do. What's up, Miss Tubbs? When he put that spirit on you, you got to do what he's called you to do. And you can't be afraid. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Come on with it. Now, this is Hakeem Jeffries, okay? APEC, these are the people, APEC are the people who's behind shutting down TikTok. We're going to show you the trail of how they're siphoning money to these Congress members. Come on with it, Mr. Producer.
Here at the APAC conference to reaffirm our commitment to the special relationship between the United States and Israel, a relationship that is anchored in our shared democratic values and our shared strategic interests.
I wish I had the money to bribe the House Minority Leader or the Speaker.
I'm here at the APAC conference, and we want to emphasize it has never been more important for the U.S. to stand with our friend and ally Israel. This is an important time on the world stage. We have to project and maintain peace through strength.
You know, I could call, I could write, but if I can't make a sizable donation to their next campaign, they're not listening.
I believe there's a very special relationship between Israel and the United States, and I'm proud to stand with Israel on this, especially after October 7th. You know, I've been always very committed to making sure that we take the right side in this issue.
I don't have the bank account that makes me interesting to our political leaders.
It is critical that we stand with Israel during this very important time. Make sure that they can push back against Hamas. Make sure that we see Israel return to what was once a very vibrant country to that once again.
They still talking about a goddamn Hamas.
So people,
fucked over.
That's the end of that, right?
Yeah, you fucked over Start of my end. Goddamn Michael Rappaport talking about the damn Hamas.
Exactly. So listen, this is the point, people. In this video that you just watched on your screen, okay, we provided for you the money.
Is it loading? The other one that you said?
It hadn't shown up.
No, not yet.
I don't know why the fuck is not sending. Let's try it again. we're providing for you the money that AIPAC is sending to Congress. Okay? Once again, that is the money that's being sent to Israel, that is then sent to, from Israel sent it to AIPAC and these other lobbying group, and they send it back to the congressman. This is what's going on. Okay, damn, that long?
Yeah.
So, people, hello, Felicia, how you doing, love? But the point is, we all have to be concerned. We all have to be concerned with what it is that they're doing. Because these people are supposed to be, they're supposed to be lock and step representing us. But they don't. They don't care.
They show you every day with letting all the illegals in.
Right.
They housing
Look
them.
at Tyson Foods.
Housing them, giving them food, shelter, and they're American people sleeping on the ground in the bad weather. It's been raining here all day. These people got to sleep under bridges and stuff. I mean, we ain't got no foundations or nothing to help our folks, but you can pull in millions of illegals and shelter and get them money, try to turn them to voters. No. We finna.
You done?
Yeah, it's coming. It's long. I got it.
Come on, run that one.
Well, I ain't got it. I'm still finna get it loaded up.
Okay. So the point is what I'm saying, people, is that we all have to be concerned with what they're doing and not doing.
All right. Coming with it.
All right.
We're all thinking it. Israel is trying to buy TikTok. And this is one of those rabbit holes that I had no idea how deep it was about to go until I fell in. So bear with me here. And before the AI censors me, the country Israel is not trying to buy it. It's people with really deep ties to Israel. This lead came from Whitney Webb, the patron saint of independent journalism. And it starts here with Steve Mnuchin, who just announced that he's putting together investors to buy TikTok. But wait, Ian, Steve Mnuchin was the U.S. Treasury Secretary. He's not Israel, right? Well, let's peel this onion back one layer at a time, starting with just the fact that he's Jewish, just par for the course. And don't worry, we're going to get all the way to Mossad here in a second. But it's important that you know that Mnuchin had a long, illustrious career at Goldman Sachs and hedge funds. He was a key member of the Trump campaign. And among his many ties to questionable people in finance, he's buddies with Michael Milken, who's famous for being one of the richest and most evil scumbags in the history of the last century of finance. Michael Milken revolutionized the art of stealing from the poor and getting really rich by manipulating the financial markets. And in the interest of shitting on Trump and Biden when credit is due, Trump pardoned him right before he left office. So anyways, Mnuchin has long been a huge supporter of Israel. He's been talking about how it's time to invest in Israel again after October 7th. And he recently traveled to Israel with his business partner, David Friedman. David Friedman is the United States ambassador to Israel for the Trump campaign. He has a long relationship with Trump going back to 1994, where he was his lawyer representing the Trump organization. And he's not like just Jewish. He's like born to a family of rabbis and went to Hebrew Academy. You know what I mean? And they were trying to recruit the ex-head of Mossad to join their investment fund. But from what I can tell, it didn't pan out, or he got recruited to a different banking enterprise. But that's the kind of person that they want on their team. We're specifically referring to Yossi Cohen, the former director of Mossad, and a bunch of news outlets seemed to pick up on it and were reporting on it when they were just in talks and nothing was confirmed yet. And maybe it heated up too much and they decided maybe not a good look. But one venture that our buddies Mnuchin and Friedman have invested in with their fund called Liberty Strategic Capital is this company called Cyber Reason. It's a U.S.-Israeli late-stage cybersecurity startup. This is their logo. And Steven Mnuchin has a board seat because of his investment firm's funding for this venture. Whitney Webb has done all kinds of reporting about this company, doing simulations about that thing where we vote. Like, gosh, what would happen if we had to impose martial law because the thing where you vote got attacked? I'm not making that up. It's a deep rabbit hole. And their board of directors includes people like a vice president of security and privacy engineering at Google and a deputy CISO and director of intelligence and operations at Lockheed Martin. And this is the consortium of players that are pooling money to try to buy TikTok. Because I've been doing a lot of reporting on this TikTok bill. I've been in a lot of Twitter spaces with people in the policy realm talking about how the policy is getting written and why it's getting written. And from a TikTok creator and TikTok user standpoint, the one thing that we're all thinking is like, the censorship is not about China on TikTok. It's about Israel. And the problem that all these politicians and rich people have about TikTok is pretty obviously, probably, allegedly, my opinion only, the massive support for the other, country that was there before. And it's just so frustrating that when you oppress people's free speech with censorship, they don't just give in and believe what you want them to believe. It's almost like they free speech more. So there's a simple solution. And just to test the whole China is trying to control what we see on TikTok theory, the other day I made a video about all of the greatest hits of what's bad about China to see if it would.
So, Mr. Producer,
man,
Steve Mnuchin, who's Jewish, these are the people behind all of this stuff that you see going on.
But yeah, like the guy was saying in the video, that I guess he bounces around, he teeter-tot. So, hey man, it's pretty deep. If you look and see where the money is getting pushed to right now, that's who he backing.
Right.
So, like you said, when they ship the money out, and they ship
back.
The money back.
The money comes back.
Since he got invested interest in it, he get some of that money put in his pocket, man.
So this is government though,
man. Woo. Man, that's pretty deep.
So what I'm saying is, and this is the issue that they have with that of TikTok, because these people that are in office is now officially out there what they've been doing, Mr. Producer.
Questionable shit. And when people start asking questions.
Matter of fact, Mr. Producer, before you do that, I'm gonna send you something, right? Play this next. Everybody out there, I'm going to.
Which one? The one you just sent?
Yeah. I want y'all to listen at this. What's up, Carolyn?
What's up, Carolyn?
I'm going to call you. I got to call you. Felicia, she said, I am doing well. I pray that all is well with you. Thank you. I got to call you, love. I love you. You know that. What you got out here?
Oh, nothing. I don't get to.
And I want to thank everybody. Yari, I love you, girl. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Chris Miles Show and for weighing in, being a participant in all of our content, basically. You want to load?
Yeah, I got it. I had
Okay.
to, I got it.
I need everybody out there hearing my voice to listen to this particular video.
I just asked them if they know that the black people are the real Jews. Do y'all know that?
Yeah, black people are the real Jews. Yeah.
So, because a lot, we don't know. They're not telling us.
No, because they they whitewash the whole thing down to make you believe that the blacks were, of no significance. So,
And where are you from?
I'm from India.
From India. See, I keep telling y'all, people overseas know who we are. I keep telling y'all, but y'all don't want to believe me. They don't want to believe me.
Wow.
So, people, this is not a misnomer, people. Black folks in the United States, if your lineage goes back to the transatlantic slave trade, okay, I'm going to tell you all something that these nigger preachers haven't told you, because what they're giving you is a falsehood of facts. We're close to this thing being the end. We're close to the Most High God cracking that sky. This is why you're having all of the disturbance with the weather. It's cold one day, hot the next day, raining, snowing. All of these things are going on. You understand? Certain things that you're starting to see. The people who have gave the people the lies are fighting for control of things. That's why they put the Sexy Red, the Suki Hunter, and all these people in our community to disrupt and corrupt our kids.
Liquor store in every corner.
Right. These people who have been allowed to come into the United States and do business are enemies to the United States. The same people, those Hindus that are in the United States, a lot of them are scammers. But they are a part of the new system, monetary system that is coming up, which is called BRICS. Someone called me the other day and said, I do believe that they're hyperinflating the dollar to collapse it. There's a lot of stuff going on out here that you are totally unaware of. But you should be aware of it. And one of the things you should be aware of, people out there, is who you are, your nationality. Me and Miss Medusa was in a conversation earlier as we were working on content. And I told him specifically, the scriptures tell us, it says, the Lord tells us, the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, tells us, I am a spirit. I am a spirit, and those that worship me, paraphrasing, must worship me in spirit and in truth. People, we are spirits first. We look at everything in the physical realm. But we are spirits. That's why when somebody passes away, that spirit goes back to the Most High God that gave it. And the body that we've been encapsulated in, it goes back to the dust. But the Most High puts that spirit back in. You come back. We all come back. You all have to start to begin and to understand and to know truly what's going on out here. I was talking to a guy by the name of one of my good LA buddies. He's mad with me, but I love you, brother. Daniel Denard. we were talking about, Mr. Producer mentioned it earlier, about reparations. Well, I know this. The scriptures say reparations not going to come to the children of Israel until when, Mr. Producer?
Until the sky crack over.
To the sky crack. That's it. We're going to be tormented in the state that we're in. We're not going to get no crime bills. We're not going to get any. Our justice come when our Lord and Savior returns. Those are the facts. Mr. Producer, give me my next video.
Which one do you want?
I need that of Anna Kasarin.
Oh, I think I know which one that is. The woman?
Yeah, the woman.
I got it.
Her.
Got it.
Okay. I need everybody out there to hear what this here is. What is it? The Young Turks.
If Israel wants to carry out war crimes, they shouldn't do it with our money. But you can't, on one hand, demand that American taxpayers who are desperate for a better life here in America, they need to hand over billions of dollars to the Israeli government and the IDF, and we need to shut the F up about any of our critique. AIPAC is evil. AIPAC is evil, evil. My fellow Americans, are you okay with that? Are you okay with a lobbying group representing the best interests of a foreign government telling you you need to bust your ass every day, work a job that you likely hate, and have a portion of your earnings taken from you by our federal government and funneled to the Israeli government so they can commit atrocities in the Gaza Strip? Are you okay with that? Because I'm not okay with that. And nothing gets under my skin more, okay, than hearing these pieces of crap say things that make it clear that they feel entitled to our money. Entitled. That gets under my skin more than you guys understand.
She's correct.
So she's bagging up what I said about the funneling of the money. Give me Candace on. That's what I've been telling you all. These are the people, AIPAC and ADL, is out there. They're the ones behind the TikTok ban. So if Congress bans TikTok or forces sale, now you know who orchestrated the bullshit. Now you know who's behind the bullshit. Ain't no, watering this shit down. You got to put it out there for what it's worth. Come on with my next one, Mr. Producer.
And it's coming, man. The system, they freezing my system, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to stop this truth. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me slide it over.
Did their claims, and they started revealing in so many articles, so many front page news pieces were written to tell the masses that Michael Jackson was a raging anti-Semite. It is a fact, by the way, that Michael Jackson did keep a list of people in the industry that he said were his enemies, okay? On that list were people that all happened to be Jewish. So it was lawyer Gloria Allred, music exec Tommy Mottola, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, you may have heard of him, and I'm going to mention him later, Israeli illusionist Uri Geller, and also Michael Jackson's former manager, Dieter Wiesner. Now, to be clear, it was Dieter himself that revealed that Michael Jackson had this list. But he says that Michael Jackson was just paranoid, that Michael Jackson thought that these industry people were all colluding to try to ruin his life and to take over his life. And again, that was just Michael Jackson being crazy and being a raging anti-Semite. Well, Ian Carroll also investigates those claims as well. Take a listen.
And yes, Jackson did say that the Jews are, probably referring to the Jews in the music industry, are like leeches and that they took everything from them and that they did it on purpose. But when you look into those allegations or those insults, you realize that because of his will that was probably fake and filed right before his death. So the will was signed on July 7th in Los Angeles by 3 witnesses. But Jackson's family pointed out that he was in New York that day and there's video proving it. So they changed their story. But the witnesses definitely saw it and it was just in New York. So anyways, because of this will, John Branca was put in charge of his estate. which included his net worth of $230 million, but far more importantly, his 50% share of Sony ATV worth $750 million. Yes, he was taking on Sony. He was going after the hand that feeds him. And when you look into John Branca, in 2003, Jackson fired Branca because he was siphoning money out of Jackson's accounts in collusion with Sony Music CEO Tommy Mottola and funneling it through a bunch of offshore accounts in the Caribbean. John Branca is Jewish, and Tommy Mottola is also Jewish.
Wow. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know any of that? Because I certainly didn't. I didn't realize that this was a conflict at the end of Michael Jackson's life, that suddenly they were alleging that he signed a new will and handed everything over to the very people that he was fighting, the very people that he was saying were colluding to take things from him, ended up, in the end, taking things from him, despite their remarkable mistake saying that he signed this new will in a place that he simply wasn't at. Wow. So yes, Michael Jackson's estate was transferred over to specific individuals who happened to be Jewish. With you that these claims keep coming up too often in Hollywood for me to be comfortable with it, right? We saw this, obviously, it's not just now the Diddy lawsuit, it's not just now Michael Jackson. We also have seen these claims with Kanye West, notoriously, obviously, when he tweeted out, I'm about to go DEFCON 3 on some Jews, and the media freaked out, and people in the Jewish community were understandably very scared, not knowing what he meant. And I very much abstained from speaking much about the issue because people were so emotional that people couldn't hear, even if I had shared, and even when Kanye did share that he was speaking about specific people in Hollywood that he believed were coming after him and were trying to control him. He actually named some of those individuals. He shared personal text messages of a friend of his, a personal trainer to the stars, who again happens to be Jewish, who was threatening to put him in the hospital and to drug him against his will. Harley Pasternak is his name, and the media barely reported on those text messages that he shared publicly because obviously he was enemy number one. And here's what else I will tell you. When that Kanye situation went down, I was being threatened by a person named Rabbi Shmuley, person that Michael Jackson put on his enemy list, a person that I had never heard of, was threatening me and saying that unless I came out and said things explicitly against Kanye, he would effectively ruin my life. He said that he would take out a front page ad and smear me as an anti-Semite.
Wow.
So, Candace Owens dropped some very sensitive. Why does this thing keep going back to that? Information, Mr. Producer.
Yeah, that she did.
And this is the point. The point is, if you are God's chosen people, you don't act in this way.
Sound like a bunch of hate and devilment to me.
I think
like they just fucking over people left and right.
They're all about the bottom line.
Trying to gather all the resources up for themselves.
And this is the thing. This is just, like I said, it's all, I don't know. I mean, when you look at the facts of what the facts are, Mr. Producer, this shit is just, it's crazy, man. Give me my next video, Mr. Producer.
Just call, ceasefire. Oh, y'all are liars, baby. When we say we'll send you to the Hague, go ahead. Clutch your pearls, life's hard when your people get smart. And we say we know how you get paid. Tell us why APAC is fun. you to the Hague. Oh, we'll send you to the Hague.
Man, I'm getting teary-eyed.
Man, me too, man. She killed that, man. Yeah, she killed that one. What we got next, Mr. Producer?
We have less than 100 families controlling 8 billion people. Think about that. 8 billion people being controlled by less than 100 families. This is why the aliens don't talk to us directly. I mean, think about it. If I'm a super advanced race, I'm a type 3 civilization or type 2 civilization, and I fly by and look at the Earth and I see, oh, they got 29,000 nuclear bombs aimed at themselves while they're still on the planet, and 8 billion people are being controlled by this many tiny people, and they can't see how to take back control of their own planet and love one another. Why would I even stop by?
Man, that was pretty deep.
So the 8 families that he's talking about, you know who they are, right? Oh, you know what they are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What we got next, Mr. Producer?
Let me see. I got that one. I played that one.
So people,
I haven't played this one.
We are basically what we're doing is we're showing you the people who's behind, the people who's actually behind this TikTok ban. So once again, if the TikTok ban comes about or they are forced to divest, means to depart the cell, you know why it happened. So it shouldn't come as a secret. And this is the good thing about social media. Once again, Mr. Producer, the news is not telling anybody about what's going on.
I ain't heard none of this stuff.
You're not gonna hear
my first time hearing about the APEC.
And this is the thing. That's the whole thing. This is why they want TikTok gone. Zach Buckner. This is why they want TikTok out of there. These people do not have the control you think they have. We, the people, have the power. And the sad part about it is we have allowed all of the things that we've been subjected to, the things that are going on, we have allowed those things to happen. Give me Andrew Tate.
You sent him?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna play the other.
It's DJ NV, Charlemagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
That's right, the CEO of the Anti-Defamation League.
Jonathan Greenblatt, welcome.
Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
How are you, man?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Yeah, blessed, black, and highly favored.
Doing pretty good.
There you go.
So let's start off. What is the CEO of the Anti-Defamation League?
Well,
What do you do?
What do I do? So the Anti-Defamation League, let's just step back. It's the oldest anti-hate organization in the United States. It was founded in 1913 after a Jewish man was lynched. He'd been falsely accused of a crime, wrongly convicted, and ultimately the mob tore him from his jail and they hung him from a tree. And while the corpse was still hanging from the rope, they all gathered around, the town did. They had a barbecue underneath the body. They took pictures and they turned the photographs into postcards.
Sounds familiar.
I was going to say, like, lynchings happen to young black men and black women very frequently in the South. This was the first high-profile lynching of a Jewish man, and a bunch of Jews said, we got to do something about this. And so they founded an organization they called the Anti-Defamation League, and they wrote a mission statement that was pretty amazing.
So what is Jonathan Greenblatt not telling us?
Come on with it.
And Charlemagne refuses to even ask.
Come on
now,
with
we all know they have a primarily black and Latino audience. So what is Jonathan Greenblatt's message that he's not telling us?
Most people know that the Anti-Defamation League of B'nai B'rith is an organization that seeks to defend the Jewish people from any criticism, but many people do not know why the ADL was formed. This story starts in 1913 when a man named Leo Frank, who was president of B'nai B'rith's Atlanta chapter, raped and murdered a 13-year-old worker, Mary Fagan, in the pencil factory where he was a superintendent. He tried to blame a black janitor for the crime, but all the evidence pointed to Frank. He tried to blame a black janitor for the crime, but all the evidence pointed to Frank. He tried to blame a black janitor for the crime, but all the evidence pointed to Frank. He tried to blame a black janitor for the crime, but all the evidence pointed to Frank. The ADL formed in 1913 to protect Frank from anti-Semitism, but he was found guilty in 1915. Frank's lawyers appealed, but failed. Then Frank's powerful friends got Georgia Governor Sladen to commute his death sentence to life imprisonment, which outraged the public. A mob formed, broke Frank out of jail, and lynched him. The ADL got Frank a posthumous pardon in 1986 and placed the first national anti-lynching memorial at the Leo Frank Memorial Site. They continue to protect Jewish criminals from justice to this day. That's their mission.
I ain't got the tape video yet.
Okay.
Unless this it. Is this it?
No, you can run that one, but so people, hold it right there. So the guy Frank, this is why the ADL was formed. They were formed for Jewish interests. Now, this has not been the first time that a crime has been committed and a black man in the process was blamed for that crime. Okay? So, in fact of that, this man went out and raped and unalived a 13-year-old girl. And in the process of him doing that, as they said, the ADL got the governor to commute his sentence to life in prison. Well, rednecks in Georgia said no. They went there, got him out of prison, and they gave him their form of justice. I have another video that I'm actually looking for that I cannot find, but the fact of the matter is that this is what happened. This is why they formed. And this particular guy here, that Jonathan Greenblatt, this guy comes out of the Obama administration. For all you out there that love Barack Obama, this man come out of Barack Obama's administration. Maybe this explains, Mr. Producer, why black folks didn't get shit out of Obama administration.
Sounds about right.
So I'm just saying, man, that we see so many things out here. We see so many things out here that are corruptible. That's nobody is really talking about these things, or I can't say they're not talking about them. They don't know about the content. Did you get that?
I ain't got none yet.
I don't know why this is so mysterious.
I can play the other one until it comes.
Okay, yeah, come on with it.
Anybody have any flyers? While you're having your lunch.
She tore your other one up, so maybe she needs another one.
Just
that
some
lady right there.
information about the genocide that's happening in Gaza right now. While you're having your lunch, just think about the children in Gaza who are starving.
Now, that was very powerful.
Yeah.
While you having your lunch, we got Palestinian kids that are starving. And this is the whole point why they're fighting so hard. Now, those videos, a lot of those, now that video there, Mr. Producer, was a video on that of Instagram. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I have a video, people, that I'm going to send Mr. Producer. Why the fuck I keep doing that? But this, like I say, this is the reason why they want to control the narrative. Hold that one for a second. Now, let me read something. OnlyFans owner, the man that owns OnlyFans.
I love OnlyFans.
I bet you do. So people, Mr. Producer say he loves OnlyFans. How many people out there we got watching love OnlyFans? I don't have an OnlyFans account. OnlyFans owner pledges $11 million to Israel lobby, reports. OnlyFans owner Leonard, however the hell, Ravinsky, denies pledging millions to the pro-Israeli lobbyists, despite appearing on internal AIPAC documents obtained by Lever. So the people are starting to show. People are starting to show the actual money trail. And I think for people in Congress, this becomes problematic because it shows that you all are not working for the betterment of the people. That you are taking payouts. Did you get that one?
That little girl.
I sent you another one. That you guys are taking payouts is coming. That you all are taking payouts. That you've been bought by Jewish interests. So you don't have to get mad at Chris Miles because guess what? Everybody out there, except probably the people on Facebook, know what the fuck is going on. What you got to say about that, Mr. Producer?
So the people on Facebook don't know what's going on.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. They are in the dark. They are in the dark on what's going on. What we're going to try to do, people, is we're going to try to run through. How many you got in queue, Mr. Producer?
2 right now.
I think we got about 4. Then we're going to close out. But the whole point of purpose today of this show is to basically show what is going on and how it's going on. What's truly happening. That's the point. That's what we're dealing with. Come on with the next one, Mr. Producer.
Why? How come you don't like religion? Come on, man. Do you see why I don't like religion? More people have died over religious beliefs than any other reason on the face of the planet. And then you got people like America that's actually funding the war. They're funding the Ukrainian and Russian war. They're funding the Israeli war. As soon as that thing happened, they were like, oh yeah, it's money time. Hey guys, get Betty, Sue, and John and them to put some money on Apache. We're going to have to bring in the ships and everything. Any company we have that has any military prowess, go ahead and do them. We're going to do the stock options on them. Go ahead and do some long calls. And when our military shows up and our helicopters show up, all those stocks are going to spike. And we're going to make a few $100 million in a few weeks because we know how to play the game. That's exactly how it works. It's a pimp game. It's an absolute outright pimp game.
What you got to say, Mr. Producer? I need some feedback from you, man.
No, I'm saying I'm just learning the pimp game, man. That's all. I can't play that last one, man.
Which one?
Not with that baby.
Okay. Well, we don't want to do nothing there. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do, people. I do have. What about the one with the woman?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. All right. So we got one that's coming up. We want to show you the devastation of the reason why they want TikTok out of there. That's what we want to show you.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, so people
gave a pivotal speech and said, "You have lost your way," and called you an obstacle to peace. Take a listen.
The Netanyahu coalition no longer fits the needs of Israel after October 7th. And I believe that holding a new election, once the war starts to wind down, would give Israelis an opportunity to express their vision for the post-war future.
Chuck Schumer is the highest-ranking Jewish elected official here in America, a staunch supporter of Israel. What's your response?
I think what he said is totally inappropriate. It's inappropriate for to go to a sister democracy and try to replace the elected leadership there. That's something that the Israeli public does on its own, and we're not a banana republic. I think the only government that we should be working on to bring down now is the terrorist tyranny in Gaza, the Hamas tyranny that murdered over 1,000 Israelis, including some dozens of Americans, and is holding Americans and Israelis hostage. That's what we should be focused on. And as far as what Senator Schumer said, the majority of Israelis support our governments. 82% of Americans support Israel instead of Hamas, but the majority of Israelis support the policies that we're leading. Go into Rafah, destroy the remaining Hamas terrorist battalions, make sure that we don't put into Gaza, instead of Hamas, the Palestinian Authority that educates their children towards terrorism and the annihilation of Israel, and also an enormous majority here, including 99 Knesset members to 9, oppose the idea of ramming down a Palestinian state down our throats.
I want to get to some
the
of those
majority of
polls
Israelis, this is
in
a wake-up
minute.
call to Senator Schumer. The majority of Israelis support the policies of my government. It's not a fringe government. It represents the policies supported by the majority of the people. If Senator Schumer opposes these policies, he's not opposing me. He's opposing the people of Israel.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, so people, let me say this. All right. This man here, Netanyahu, America has given this man billions of dollars, okay? The sad part about it is that the Palestinians are confined to one area now. They're not even in the northern part of formerly Palestine, now Israel. All right? They're not even there. Hamas is in the northern part of Israel, or they're not even in Israel. You have people, Palestinian men, women, and children who don't have a fucking thing to do with this war. Nothing to do with the war. Confined to the southern part of Israel, which is Rafah, which is right on the line of that of Egypt. They're living in tents. These people who claim to be God's chosen people. If these people are God's chosen people, who needs enemies, Mr. Producer?
Man, they ruthless.
These people won't even let the fucking trucks go in to feed the people. The United States is dropping food from the fucking air. These people have lost every fucking thing. They're confined to a goddamn to fucking tents out there on the fucking out there on the beach.
You know the ironic thing about it? A lot of those Israelis were making TikTok videos mocking.
Come on now,
the Palestinian people. Man,
they're and we should have got some of them, but
we played them on the show before.
They were mocking. They have been mocking running water and doing different things. God's chosen people now. God's chosen people. Marking people that they have bombed to smithereens. And this man here say that we have to go into Rafah to get Hamas. Man, this man is a fucking liar. Netanyahu is Satan himself. He don't have to go into Rafah to get Hamas. He's going in to finish off the Palestinian people. This is why they want TikTok, because they don't want the information to go out. That's what we're dealing with.
They don't want that footage.
And the thing about it is, the United States, as that brother just said, the United States is funding this shit, man. You all are giving these people the ammunition to do what they're doing. And because people are using TikTok as a format to talk about it, you all want to take that from them. But then, like I say, all the other shit out there you can't come together on. Well, you know what? Maybe we need to come up with this gun control bill. Maybe we need to do A, B, and C. Maybe we need to come up with some format to feed the homeless. Maybe we need to secure the borders.
Maybe we need to give black people a federal crime bill.
Exactly. Y'all can't come up with that, but in 8 fucking days, you can say that you're protecting the people from China. All alone, all these other goddamn social media fucking conglomerates take our goddamn information and sell it. If you're gonna fuck us, all our asshole up with some Vaseline before you do it.
God damn.
You understand what I'm saying? The point is that this is a sad state of affairs that we're in, people. And the shit is so bad right now. You got Netanyahu saying that we have to finish off Hamas. Okay, finish them off. But guess what? Guess how many other young people who are going to grow up grow up to hate Israel for the shit that you've done to their people. Think about that. Think about these kids that have lost family members, lost limbs, and that shit has happened with United States technology. And we're sending these billions into Israel, and then they'll turn around. The government is funneling the money back through these lobbying groups, and they're paying off the Palestinians. People see what's going on. They're talking about it on TikTok. They're talking about it on Facebook. Y'all ain't talking about banning Facebook. It's on X. I follow people on X that's talking about it. Matter of fact, What's the guy name we follow, Mr. Producer? Is it Duncan?
You said Duncan.
Hold on. Y'all bear with me.
You talking about Duncan Penderhughes?
No, it's not him.
Oh.
One of the guy name is Salamian Ahmad. Ian Miles Shong. All these people are putting this stuff out here, man. This is on X. Dr. Anastasia Maria Lopez. All of these people are putting information out there. Mysteriously, I cannot find the stuff that I'm looking for. Candace Owens, bless her heart, she's talking about it. The Illuminati bot is talking about it. It's showing the patterns. Censorship man is talking about it. Robert Kennedy Jr.
Y'all people got to open y'all minds.
Yeah.
Everything, Facebook is a local app. Y'all got to get out the local. Get with the nation.
One of the persons that I've been hitting at is that of DJ Khaled. He hadn't said anything about the suffering of his people. And one of the things Mr. Producer said to me, he said, well, shit, Chris, if he ain't talking about it, why is it an issue to you?
I'm saying he's showing his allegiance. He stand with Israel. Khaled standing with Israel, man, because that's who paying.
David said, why is this a concern for black people if this is biblical prophecy? Well, I'm not saying it's a concern for black people, David. What I am saying is, what is a concern of black people is TikTok. I'm monetized through TikTok. So are a lot of other people are monetized through TikTok.
A lot of other black people.
Exactly. So, you're right about Bible prophecy is coming twofold. It is. You're absolutely right. I cannot argue that point. But one of the points that I will argue is the fact of what's going on is what these people are doing. AIPAC and ADL. Mr. Producer, I need for you
the fake Jews putting a bad name. The fake Jews putting a bad stain on the real Jews' name.
I need you to give me that other video.
You got the The one with the bomb. You got Tate and you got this other guy.
And I have also too one that I'm gonna send you over to my green bread. I thought I'd send it to you, but go ahead. You have what
I
now?
would not be stunned,
Just whatever.
surprised to find out the Russians notified Washington that they've placed a nuclear weapon, a warhead in space, hovering over North America that's capable of delivering an electromagnetic pulse attack over North America. You don't blow up satellites with nukes. That's crazy. It would be the worst nightmare, folks. You'd be better off to be incinerated with a nuclear warhead than to live after an EMP attack. Why do I say that? Because you're still alive, but there's no life. You're back to the 1600s. No technology at all. Nothing. No way to pump water, no electricity, no utilities of any kind, no food, no transportation, no trucks hauling food, no farmers, tractors not moving, nothing. No food processing companies still operating.
You know, someone wrote me over the weekend saying, well, I'll have solar panels and everything. I'll have electricity. I said, no, you won't, because
all your gadgets will be fried.
Well, but the circuit boards that process the electrical from the solar panel to your household grid, they're fried.
Yes, and all your gadgets in your house are fried.
Yeah.
Everything electrical is fried. You're not fried. The gadgets are fried. Well, you think, well, we'll get it fixed. Well, how are you going to fix it when nothing works?
And guess where all the circuit boards and transformers
from China.
Yes.
Our electrical grid can't be fixed because all the parts come from China. And China's just going to sit back and watch us starve. Years ago, James Woolsey, former CIA director, told me, and this was a personal conversation I had with him, he said that within 1 year, 90% of the American people would be dead. Not from the blast, but from the implosion of society. The lack of food, a lack of water, the lack of medical care, the lack of heat, just the chaos, the crime. The CIA expects 90% of the population to die within 12 months after an EMP attack. That's what I think the Russians have threatened to deliver to the United States. It'll be the worst nightmare. You just don't want to live in that world. And there's no way out. There's no place to go. Canada's going to be taken out. Mexico's going to be taken out. Where are you going to go? You're going to walk.
Now, to David, the point that he said was, why is this a concern for black people if this is Bible prophecy? So, to reiterate what David this evening. For everybody out there that's watching the Chris Miles Show, I'm going to send you guys to the book of Joel. Once again, go to the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. Okay? Talks about the real children of
But we need to talk about TikTok. TikTok, if you will, it is the 24/7 news channel of so many of our young people, and it's like Al Jazeera on steroids, amplifying and intensifying the anti-Semitism and the anti-Zionism with no repercussion. But
now, that is the man that came out of Barack Obama's administration, okay? The mockery of the Israelis, the IDF, mocking the Palestinians. But he has an issue.
When that was found out, the Department of Justice tells the American Zionist Council, hey, you have to register.
Exactly that, Sean. I've got my phone here, I'm going to power it off. So now that my phone is off, it shouldn't be broadcasting its location anymore. Why is it updating in real time? So turning your phone off doesn't change anything. You can't escape the New World Order. They will still know where you are. They will still listen to you. Literally updates. It's updating in real time.
Because I called it. So I just.
So that was Andrew Tate that was basically pointing out that the fact of
what they say China trying to do, spy on us.
Right.
They spying on us. He cut his phone off, and they still was able to broadcast information from his phone.
So we have a few more videos that we're gonna provide. We have, like I said, we have a couple of more videos that we're going to provide. You know, the whole point is to prove a point. Is to prove a point and to show, yes, indeed, I got it. This is what I was looking. We're going to it doesn't matter the order that you bring it. Well, you can bring the brother up in the hat. And then you got Green Brat twice.
3 of him.
You that these are slimy individuals that have bought Congress. That's the whole point. What you got to understand. Who has put us in slavery? Neither side have the right to the land. That's true, David. David, this is the thing. I'm not, in despite of. First of all, let me say I appreciate you weighing into the show. I'm not making an excuse. You're right. The land actually belongs to the so-called African Americans. That's where we come from. We, during 70 AD, Jerusalem was sacked. We ran into the interiors of Africa. This is in the Bible. We ran into the interiors of Africa. We got picked up on slaves. To understand, Zach Buckner, and the rest of you simple Negroes out there don't know what the fuck is going on. The so-called Negroes are the real Bible. 70 AD, Jerusalem was sacked. We ran into the interiors of Africa. There's a book out there called From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph Windsor. Y'all need to go get it and read it. But we ran into the interiors of Africa, okay? The Africans sold us to the white man. So what David is talking about, he's talking about the Arabs. The Arabs were complicit, the real Jews, which are us. So we ran into the interiors of Africa. We got picked up on slave ships, and we were brought into Asareth, which was initially called Assyria, which is now called America. That is the history. All of that is detailed in the Bible. And the people that identify themselves as Jewish knows this. This is why they identify as Jewish and Israelis, but not Israelites. So David White is pointing out those things on the page, and he's absolutely right. And this is the problem that I have with these Christian preachers, because a lot of our problems are correctable, but no one is doing the work to correct it. We look for politics to be the solution or the answer to our problem. And as we've seen, none of that has happened. None of it has happened. Excuse me. But the point is, once again, not to lose sight of what's going on. As I stated at the beginning of the show tonight, was this is about the TikTok ban. But it's also God's work going forward, because without TikTok, a lot of the information that I'm providing, these videos that we have provided you tonight to wake people up, so that they know it ain't just me talking about it. It's a conglomerate of people putting information out there. But the fact is, TikTok has provided a format for people to be able to put the truth out there. So that's where we are. Come on with the video.
ADL Chief Executive Jonathan Greenblatt is saying that TikTok is the 24/7 news channel for young Americans, and that TikTok is like Al Jazeera news on steroids. Here's the thing. You've been misinformed, because news channels are paid.
Mm-hmm.
They get paid through advertisements. News channels, they're reading a script. TikTok, this is us saying what we feel, unscripted. That's how Americans are. They seem to have a problem with the fact that we've figured you out. You seem to have a problem with the fact that we're telling the truth about your lies.
Come on
what
now.
What you're doing right now, that never again, that we all stood with you guys on, you're now doing never again.
Wow.
So I'm gonna edify what this brother said. What he's basically saying is, Jonathan Greenblatt of the ADL, you're a liar. And that's what he's saying, that your lies have been exposed. So your never again means that you want to control the narrative of what this is. But guess what? The Chinese are not, that you all out here talking, the Chinese is not going to allow ByteDance to sell to the Jewish folks. They just say, fuck it. They'll shut it down first. But if that happens, you all need to know, we know who's actually behind all of this. We know who's behind it. So it ain't so cut and dry that you all think that people don't know what the fuck is going on. They know. And people are speaking out to let you all know that we know that you all are behind the bullshit. Come on with the next one, Mr. Producer.
It's freezing.
It's froze.
Yeah. Hold on.
So
There's a whole lot of propaganda, and we need to look at it because it is everything wrong with the conversation going on here. A group of Jewish Americans calling for a ceasefire in the rotunda with a peaceful sit-in is not an unlawful occupation. That is a protest. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anybody who uses the term far left as if to equate to the far right is speaking bullshit. And there's the whole, these radical organizations do not represent the overwhelming majority of the Jewish community, when you can actually just Google search that shit and find out that most U.S. Jews don't agree with what's going on in Israel and haven't for decades. And then we see in the last line of the second paragraph, anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. That is factually incorrect. This is propaganda. We are not okay. This is not okay.
Go to the next.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Greenblatt, how nice of you to join the Breakfast Club. This video, sir, is especially for you. But first, before I get started, I'm gonna let you speak.
So the Anti-Defamation League, let's just step back. It's the oldest anti-hate organization in the United States. It was founded in 1913 after a Jewish man was lynched. He'd been falsely accused of a crime, wrongly convicted, and ultimately the mob tore him from his jail and they hung him from a tree.
Let's deal with this. Let's meet the man good old Johnny Boy is talking about, Leo Frank. Leo Frank raped and murdered a 13-year-old white girl named Mary Fagan in 1913. When caught, he cried anti-Semitism and claimed two, quote, niggers were the real killers. Nobody, black or white, believed him, and he was lynched in 1915. For a century, Jews have blamed black men for Leo Frank's heinous crime. In March of 1986, the state of Georgia posthumously pardoned Leo Frank, and probably because of all the pressure from the ADL. But check this out. In 2015, the Nation of Islam researchers uncovered evidence proving without a shadow of a doubt that Leo Frank, the father of the ADL, committed the crime after all. And all of this information is, of course, made available in the secret relationship between blacks and Jews. Gotta get that book, family. Folk out here lying and you don't even know it. But let's dig a little deeper. Part of the ADL's mission statement is to secure justice and fair treatment to all. So I wonder if they attacked this man by the name of Louis Buchalter as hard as they're attacking Ye and Kyrie. Who's that, Brother Joshua? I'm glad you asked. Louis Buchalter was a Jew who attended the Rabbi Jacob Joseph School, where he was a, quote, honor roll student. This devil became one of the largest importers and distributors of heroin, cocaine, and opium in the United States. He sent young women around the world to smuggle in massive amounts of narcotics, most destined for the black inner cities. But check this out. This demon is best known for turning murder into an industrial commodity. His enterprise of Jewish murderers, known as, get this, Murder Inc., committed 1,000 contract murders in the USA, more than the entire Ku Klux Klan ever committed. Mr. Greenblatt, you care to comment on this?
Now, so, hold that thought, Mr. Producer. Before I go into my little ring ding, Mr. Producer, what you think about that? Come on now, give me something.
I'm learning as we go, man.
So people, listen. This is the point.
I'm saying, but yeah, it just showing. Somebody do a little research. They put it on TikTok. They got transparency.
So like the brother said earlier, he said news is scripted. TikTok is not. It's unscripted.
Right.
That's the problem that AIPAC, ADL, Jonathan Greenblatt, and these people, Congress, them have. It's unscripted, people. People are putting
ain't no control.
They are putting their research out there. How is that bad? Anything, you can drink too much water and be bad for you, Mr. Producer.
Most definitely.
You can eat too much food and it's bad for you.
Oh yeah.
But the point is, the whole point of this show this evening is for edification. To show, as I was telling Brother David, Brother Dawada, the whole point of this here is for edification. It's to show who's behind TikTok. Behind the ban or the divesting of TikTok, or wanting that to happen. So if it happens, then you understand where the bullshit came from. Come on with the next two, Mr. Producer, and we're going to close.
ADL Jonathan Greenblatt, busted lying on the Israelites.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. But I will reprove thee.
But I will what?
I will reprove thee.
God will reprove you. You understand? Who am I talking to? I'm talking to the ADL, the Southern Poverty Law.
Right.
Canary Mission.
Right.
Okay? I'm talking to the dragon in general, which is the whole nation of Edom that hate God people. I'm putting lies out there against God people. I'm talking about Jonathan Greenblatt.
3 years ago, December 2019, 2 black Hebrew Israelites went into a kosher supermarket in Jersey City and killed 3 people because they said they weren't real Jews.
Pause it. You all hear the lies, right?
Lies, deceit.
No. I'm about to show you all. I'm about to destroy his lies right now.
There has been considerable reporting that these 2 suspects are linked to the Black Hebrew Israelite movement. We have
This
evidence
motherfucker
that
is a
both
piece of
suspects
shit, man.
expressed interest in this group, but we have not definitively established any formal links to that organization or to any other group.
Get it.
Based on
And
the
the man got
available
on
evidence.
national radio and lied.
And lied. So he should be Jonathan Greenblatt should have liens put on his ass, stuck up his ass,
He shouldn't be
and sued.
he shouldn't be the spokesperson
Of nothing.
Of nothing. Not a fucking
He's an
thing.
evil motherfucker, man. That's the whole point of what you're dealing with. He's evil, bruh. And that's the point. He came out of Obama's administration. Like I told you before, when people go back and they look at the facts, we ain't get shit out of it. But then you got folks around here, you got niggerdom around here talking about Donald Trump gonna put black folks back into slavery.
Man, come on, man.
What the fuck did Obama do for you? Give me my next video. Don't get me started, man.
All the witnesses, at least 25 witnesses, said Leo Frank was a pervert. They said he's the one. He worked there. So the white community, lynched Leo Frank. That's how the ADL was founded. They said never again. It should have been a black man because he's the one that did it. Okay. They tried to blame the brother. Okay. That was the origin of the Anti-Defamation League under today they call it what's his name, Jonathan Greenblatt. I'll say his name like a vomit, like John Greenblatt. That's how I say his name. And it is, the ADL is a racist organization. They're hell bent on exalting and promoting their people,
right,
and degrading and putting down black people. That's
right.
All about. That's what it's about. Okay.
Man, I learned a lot tonight, man. God damn.
So
Greenblatt ain't worth a fuck.
He ain't worth a fuck. That's the whole point, people. That's so now Atalo Yehudi, Adumia collect. Atalo Yehudi, Adumia collect. Now, Mr. Producer.
Yes, sir.
Anything you need to say before we close?
Well, if you paid attention, and if y'all go back and rewatch this, it's not, TikTok is not all about the kids dancing and having a good time. TikTok puts out a lot of pertinent information. They put out truth, unscripted, unrehearsed, hard facts. If they take that, if they trying to take that away, what else they gonna take from you?
We might as well be under communism.
Come on now.
I thought it was about democracy.
That's what I'm saying. That's one thing this country's supposed to be so adamant about: freedom of speech, freedom of expression.
Well, according to the organic constitution, there's two. You got the organic and you got the federal constitution. According to the founding fathers of the United States, that still exists. But according to the federal constitution, it doesn't exist. But the whole point is, Mr. Producer, our thing was to show the facts of what's truly going on. And this is the thing, as Dawada said, this is not about, it's not about the land. It's not about, Dawada saying, this, we don't have a pit bull in the fight. I get it. But that's not what this show was about tonight. This show was specifically about to show people out here that AIPAC, ADL, and the Jewish interests are behind the ban or the divesting of that of TikTok. That's all it is. And the thing is that this here, like I said, if we was in a court of law, we proved our case.
Most definitely. Lock them up.
See? And the whole point is, like I said, They can't control the narrative. All of the lies. The kids ain't watching Fox News, ain't watching CNN, MSNBC, and all this other bullshit. And putting the sex in red and all that fuck shit in our community. That shit ain't working. The truth is still going out, and they got an issue with it. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Mr. Producer?
No, man, I think you dotted all the I's and crossed the T's.
I hope so. But anyway, people, it's been fun. Everybody take care, and we'll see you all next time. All right? Same time, most high willing, next week. All right? As always,